You also established organization Americans for Health Choice. And what was this organization about?
Well, we've only done one. We have one foundational project, and it's basically to recruit politicians to simply state that the COVID shot should be pulled off the market. I was, cruising the internet, and I saw Representative Brad Paquette, who is from Michigan. He's a young guy who developed myocarditis after the Pfizer shots, and he was posting about it. And so I said, hey, would you be willing to state that they should be pulled off the market? And he wholeheartedly responded yes. And so that was the inciting incident that got me on this mission to recruit as many politicians as I could. And all they have to do is say, yes, the COVID shot should be pulled off the market. And the theory being that, the more people that we get speaking out, the more likely it is it'll actually happen, because, these politicians, none of them are getting these shots anymore, very few. And yet they're staying very quiet. And, my argument is, if these shots aren't safe enough for you, or not safe enough for your children or your grandchildren, then why are they safe enough for your constituents? And you should speak up. So I'm trying to, get as many people to just come forward, and courage is contagious.
There is a group called North Group in Europe, and I'm in contact with them, and they're also demanding to remove these mRNA shots from the market. But still, it's now there's almost every state in Europe is a member of this group, scientists and politicians. But still they are recommending. My conclusion is that they are trying to hide criminal what they done during pandemic, and that's why they are still pushing, and we can say they are still lying to the public that it's safe and effective.
Most definitely. And I don't know if you saw, President Trump had Albert Bourla in the Oval Office recently, and then got the shots himself, or a booster shot. So I just think we're on our own. I don't think the government is going to do anything, at least during this administration.
Well, this is a new administration, and I saw behind was Secretary Kennedy. And we both know what he was writing, especially in his book, The Real Anthony Fauci. And we know what was opinion from new chief of FDA and the new chief of INS. And do you have any hope that maybe they will succeed? Because according to Trump, Warp Speed was very successful, and he is very proud, and he called himself father of vaccines. And also he posted something that there is some people who's talking about COVID shots. They're not really successful, and we want data from pharmaceutical companies. But after that, he took shot and even flew. How this happened?
Yeah, so a lot of people speculate that this is 4D chess and this is all strategic. I tend to think of him as somebody that doesn't have a big filter, and he kind of says what he thinks. So my belief is that he did get a booster, and he does love himself for Operation Warp Speed, and he's going to ruin his legacy. So he's going to go down as the father of these mRNA shots, who could have done something about this. He could have, come clean with the public, but instead he's perpetuating it, and that will be his legacy. And that's very sad.
What about Secretary Kennedy?
I am frustrated I thought more would have happened by now. Granted, I'm not in his shoes. It's hard for me to know how difficult it is for him to get things done. But he was super outspoken about the COVID shots, and now he's very quiet. And I have concerns that the agenda was shifted to food, and sort of pushing aside the pandemic, pushing aside mRNA, and with the focus now on cleaning up our food supply, which I have no problem with. I mean, I completely agree, but not at the expense of not talking about the pandemic or mRNA.
Well, I think that maybe billions what are in the play are important here because according what we now know about Pfizer, about there is a contract also what was was still hidden in Europe, and there is a big mess with these SMS messages from Ursula von der Leyen and Pfizer Burla, and still nothing is cleaned, and we have everybody doubts that they are doing really transparent business. But finally, now they are receiving 70 billion from United States government for the new investment, and they are talking this publicly. I think for me this is strange.
Yeah, it seems like a backroom deal. And Pfizer is investing 70 billion of their own money into the U.S. But what kind of deal? What kind of negotiations? Like, it seems like, okay, you do this, Pfizer, and we will set aside all our concerns over what you did during the pandemic. Is what I imagine happened.
We'll see. Okay, we'll give them more time because we don't have any other options. There is still some of my guests who said that they are still trust in Secretary Kennedy, that he will do his part. He needs to be very clever and also very patient. We'll see. I'm not satisfied neither because I had lots of guests, even from Children's Health Defense, even from people who are now working for new government. And well, I was expecting something else from them.